Hey everybody, welcome to HeatMyShorts. I hope you're all doing well today. We're on episode 60 of Flying Across Canada. Let's get to it. Hope your day's going well so far. As I settle into my pilot's chair. I do have Maggie on board with us here. She's sitting in the front seat, actually just out of view. You can't quite see her down there. We are at Charlottetown Airport in Prince Edward Island today. The code here is Charlie Yankee, Yankee Golf. We're sitting on runway 10 in a Piper Cub J3C-65. Heading 083 today, which is mostly east and a little to the north, traveling 24 nautical miles and arriving at Cablehead Airpark in St. Peter's Bay, PEI. The airport code there is Charlie Charlie Alpha 3. We will be landing on runway 14 and taxiing to ramp 4 parking. It's an estimated 20-minute flight. So let's get ourselves ready for takeoff here. This airplane actually does not have flaps, so I don't need to worry about setting my flaps, although I suppose I usually have my flaps set at the beginning of the video before I even start recording. So, a little bit windy out here today, but actually the wind is a headwind, so it shouldn't cause too much trouble at all. Take to the outside and show you our Piper Cub. There's today's aircraft. I actually have a remote control toy of this plane. Just a little one. But I actually brought it in here with me in the plane today. I'll show it to you at the end of the video. Take it back to the inside. And we're basically ready for takeoff, so I'm gonna do the things. Start the timer, throttle up. Let's see here. Hotel Mike Sierra, 39er, Lima Oscar Foxtrot. We are throttling up. Departing from Charlottetown Airport. Hope you enjoy the flight. Windy. Some of that was my fault. Some of those fishtails were my fault. A little bit of trouble with the rudder there. But we are airborne. Heading 083. Actually, maybe I will wander to the starboard side a little bit and get us actually on our course line there, that pink line on the GPS there. happy with that. Alrighty, let's get this map out of the way. There we go. Alrighty, I'll tell you a little bit about this aircraft. The J3C-65 Cub is a single-engine, two-seat light aircraft produced by Piper Aircraft of the United States. The J3C-65 was certified in July of the year 1939. It is a variant of the J3 Cub that first flew in 1938. Over 20,000 Cubs have been built in total, including all variants across the world. This Cub is powered by a 4-cylinder, air-cooled Continental A65-8 engine that generates up to 65 horsepower and spins a fixed pitch 2-blade propeller. The aircraft has an overall length of 22 feet 5 inches or 6.83 meters, a wingspan of 35 feet 3 inches or 10.74 meters, and a height of 6 feet 8 inches or 2.03 meters. The maximum altitude of the J3C-65 is 11,500 feet or 3,500 meters. The range is 220 miles, 354 kilometers or 191 nautical miles. The maximum speed is 87 miles per hour, 140 kilometers per hour or 76 knots. The cruise speed is 75 miles per hour, 121 kilometers per hour or 65 knots, and the stall speed is 38 miles per hour, 61 kilometers per hour or 33 knots. And as always, I hope you enjoy the aircraft fact time. It takes me a little bit of time to get all these facts in order. I do want to mention, I almost forgot to mention, that my sources for this information are Wikipedia and the Microsoft Flight Simulator hangar. They have a nice specification section in the simulator here. So I kind of bounce information back and forth between that and Wikipedia and write it in my own words. I always rewrite it in my own words. You know, sometimes it's bound to happen that there's a few words here and there that match up, but I do try to put it into my own words. Let's check our map and see how we're doing here. We're a little bit off course, drifting a little bit further to the north than we should be. And it looks like we're maybe a quarter of the way through our journey for today. I did forget to start my timer again. I think I forgot last video too, didn't I? It's funny, when I don't announce that I'm starting the timer, I don't start the timer. I guess I need to start announcing it again. So we are currently cruising at 2,200 feet above sea level. I forgot to make note of the elevation of our destination airport, so I'll just have to kind of keep that in the back of my mind that we're not landing at 0 feet, likely. Just above 60 knots at the moment. Let's have a look on the outside. Oh, it actually did have a look at our cameras. field or whatever looks kind of like a steak. Kinda. Is that a giant T-bone steak down there? Like that. Realistic. So why is this one so clean? Oh, maybe this is just no. The sunlight's not hitting that side. Maybe. No, that's not right. Oh yeah, I can see some marks on it for sure, actually. Oh, yeah, this is cool too. Look at the cable that moves when I move the flight stick. Destination airstrip is actually quite hard to spot because it's just a grass runway, and there is kind of a spot at the end of the runway that is the only identifiable feature. It's just a rectangle of what appears to be gravel at the end of the runway. Just this final the final safety measure to get you stopped in time, I guess. I'm actually not 100% sure why it's gravel. I guess the gravel slows down your wheels faster than the grass. That doesn't really make sense, actually. I feel like you'd slow down quicker in the grass than on the gravel. But I really don't know. I don't know much about how airports are built or designed. Not too terribly long until we're at our destination at Cablehead Airpark, which I believe is our last stop in Prince Edward Island before we continue on to New Brunswick. Sorry, Nova Scotia. We just came from New Brunswick. I just saw the N. It's NS, and I thought it was NB on my list. Checking my notes. This is a really cool view. like that. Just a little red dot. Actually, the dot gets bigger, or stays the same size as you zoom in. You know? But shouldn't have much problems. Once I find the little gravel rectangle, then I'm fine. Actually, I think that might be it right there. I know it's beside a bunch of spots that look like that. I think that might be it. I think that might be the beginning of the runway. Dial back our throttle. Yeah, I'm almost positive that's it. So, descend down to 1,000 feet. Enjoyed this relatively quick flight today. The flight plan called for a 20-minute flight, but I'm not sure what we're actually sitting at right now because I started my timer late. It's reading 10 minutes now and I know that's not accurate. I don't know why I even bothered to start the timer. But hey, that's alright. That is definitely Cable Head Airpark right there. So let's get ready to land. And actually I can very faintly see, you know, a bit of a runway there. It's just kind of slightly worn in. Alright. Whoops. Bumped the rudder pedal there by accident. That'll happen. So our stall speed is 33 knots. So that's the back of our line. until the aircraft has come to a complete stop. Getting a little wild with the rudder here, as per usual. There we go. Not too bad though. Taxi to the very southern end of the runway. Yes, it is the southeast end of the runway. Actually, I guess more the east end of the runway. What runway is this? 1-4? Southeast. It's the southeast end. Try and keep this thing rolling in a straight line. Yeah, this plane doesn't have tail wheel steering. We are at the mercy of our tail rudder. Now there isn't an actual building. Actually, look at that, there is. I can actually see a building up there. My apology, I was wrong. I guess at the end of the runway where our fuel truck is, there's no building there. But I suppose that's the office? I don't know. Oh, easy. Really fighting the wind here. Oh, and there's our fuel truck and ground crew. Whoa. Okay. That was close. It's just easier to nose up to that spot from the external view. So let's get this airplane shut down. There we go. Now, whoops. Okay. Off. I think that's it. Throttle back. Yep. And open it up. And we're here. We are at Charlie Alpha 3 Cable Head Airpark in St. Peter's Bay, Prince Edward Island. Have a look on the outside. There we are. Oh, Maggie, you're so funny. Maggie's so funny. Oh. She's using her bed as a pillow again. There we go. Oh yeah, and there's my remote control cub. Yeah, cub. It's called a champ, but it's a cub. Just a little one. Just a little air. Actually, I'm not gonna pick it up because I'll probably drop it. Let's see this little dog. There's this little dog. What are you doing here? Hey, what are you doing here? Hey? Maggie didn't do any co-piloting today. She slept through the entire flight. Yeah, no navigation assistance from Maggie today. But that's okay. We could give her a day off, I suppose, right? Yeah, you're a good girl, Maggie. You're a good girl. Can I have a paw? Can I have a paw? Yeah, good girl. That's a good paw. Good girl. Anyways, Hope you've enjoyed the flight. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for taking the time to hang out, fly along with us, and I hope to see you on the next one. I'm actually meant to say this before that stuff. For episode 61, we're gonna fly a Douglas DC-3 to Trenton, Nova Scotia. And I'm actually not too sure if that's gonna be our next video or what we're doing for our next flight simulator video, because I am out of things to do on DCS, the other simulator, with the F-15C. So I'm at a point where I either pick up a new aircraft or a new map. I do have other aircrafts that I can learn to fly, but I'm kind of getting used to the F-15C. There is a brand new map, an Afghanistan map, so I could buy that map and then keep the F-15C Eagle campaign going, but I'm not too sure yet. I need to think about that, spend some time and really think about that. But anyways, we'll figure that out. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. This has been Heat My Shorts with Maggie and Steve. The Maggie Show. I love you all. Bye-bye.